Hold it right there. Today's video is all about trivets. How well do each of these kitchen trivets perform? Let's put that to the test in today's review. First up, we have these wooden tree-shaped trivets from Amazon. They have a 4.8 star rating and 15 reviews. Now let's briefly go over the claims of this trivet set. The claims are that you can both protect and decorate your countertops. And these have a multi-purpose use, meaning you can use them for pots, pans, or even mugs. You can place the mugs on top. It states that there is automatic folding, which means you can push down on the trivet and it expands. Next up, let's go over this magnetic wooden trivet right here. It has a 3.8 star rating and 35 reviews. Now, before we get into the claims of this trivet, I have to admit the claims lead me kind of skeptical and hesitant. So the first claim of this trivet is that it is natural acacia wood from South America. Given the appearance of this, it is nice looking, but I'm not quite certain it is from South America. And also the spelling on this Amazon description is not quite perfect, which leads me to believe that maybe somebody was lying when they put together this listing. The next claim for this trivet is that it has a strong magnetic force that does not allow anything to fall off of it. Now that's a pretty mighty claim, and to be honest, I don't think that's at all possible, and we're gonna figure that out in today's review. They state that this trivet has a beautiful and smooth appearance. There is a 3-year free replacement on this trivet. The trivet is said to protect your surfaces from any heat. And there is a food grade silicone ring. As we can see right here, these rings right here, I think are silicone, which cover up some magnetic strips. So I don't think that these silicone magnetic strips are really the most strong. And in fact, when I was doing my research on this wooden trivet, I saw that unfortunately people were having big issue with this wooden trivet set. So we'll see if we can get any of that to happen today. People were posting photos of this wooden trivet and saying that unfortunately upon first use, these silicone magnetic strips totally adhered to their pans or pots and caused it so not only could they not get this trivet off their pot or pan, but it stuck. These little silicone rings stuck to their pot and pans too. So that is ultimately really bad sounding. Opening up the packages now. So in our first package, we can see this little tree-like thing, and these are the trivets. Let's take them out of the bag. Here we have our little tree trivet stand. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 different trivets on here, and you can take each of them off, like so, and then place them all back on. And it looks like it comes with this string in case any of these lose their kind of like elastic capability. And our next package is right here. This is our last trivet that we're going to review, and it looks like this. It has these 3 different dots right here. I think this is supposed to keep it from skidding on the surfaces that you put it on. And there seems to be the claim too that this is magnetic. So we're gonna test that out. My first test is going to be testing the magnetic silicone rings on the wooden trivet. And we're going to put this wooden trivet up against the fridge and see if it adheres to the fridge in any way. How strong really is that magnetic force? Okay, something to point out is that this does appear to be magnetic. I actually did a test just now where I put it on the fridge and it slightly holds. It doesn't hold all the way. Like you can see it kind of occasionally will shift down the refrigerator, but it does stick. It does adhere to the fridge. Okay, so I've had this pot of soup going for a couple minutes. I'm going to turn off the heat and then take this pot of soup, put it on this trivet, see how hot the trivet is, and then afterwards we're gonna lift the trivet up, put it to the side, and see how hot the countertop is. Taking our pot and placing it on the trivet. So now we'll wait about 30 seconds and then we'll check on this. Here we have our thermal imager. I'm gonna lift this. Oh no, see, it's stuck. The magnetic strips have actually stuck to the pot. Okay, that appears fine. Okay, so we can see from this thermal imager that the middle part appears to be about 106 degrees and the range is up to 130. Now I'm going to move this trivet away and we're gonna get a temperature check on the counter. The countertop appears nice and cool. It's at 73.7 degrees Fahrenheit and the range is up to 74 degrees Fahrenheit, 75. The one con about this I'm noticing right off the bat is you have to actually put your hand right up next to the trivet to actually pull it off of the pot itself. And the pot, or whatever you're cooking with, is gonna be really hot. So that is a con for sure. So we've had some split pea and ham soup heating up over here. What I'm gonna do is turn down the heat and then place this pot on one of these trivets right here on this little trivet tree. And we'll see how well this little piece right here holds on to that heat. Turning off our heat now. And then we want to take a piece off of our trivet tree. So interesting, when you press down, this will go down, but this does point up. Taking our pot and placing it on this little trivet piece. We're gonna let this pot sit 30 seconds on this little trivet piece, and then we'll see what the temperature's looking like on the trivet, and then we'll test the counter temperature. Okay, it's been about 30 seconds. We're gonna take our pot off. Okay, it's about 109 degrees Fahrenheit, and the range is up to 124. Similar to the other one. Now I'm gonna take this trivet and we'll test the counter temperature. So this counter temperature is about 77 degrees Fahrenheit, and the range goes up to 77.7 degrees Fahrenheit. Now this pot of water has been boiling for a couple minutes. We're gonna turn the heat off, and then we're gonna take the pot and place it on this trivet and test the temp and the temp of the counter. So turning this off, and then taking the pot and placing it on the trivet. And we're gonna let it sit on the trivet for 30 seconds and then pull it. Okay, it's been 30 seconds. Let's take the pot off. See, it's stuck on the pot. This is dangerous unless, yeah, it's kind of dangerous. I got the pot off just now by tilting it a bit. That looks like the trivet is about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, the range is up to 118 though, so it's a little hotter, like down here where it's red. Yeah, so it's hottest on the magnetic strips. Let's move this. Now we're testing the temperature of the counter, and it appears it's 73.4 degrees Fahrenheit, and the range is a little bit cooler, but not by much. I've had this pot of water boiling for a couple minutes on the highest heat possible. What I'm gonna do now is turn the heat off and then remove the pot and place it on this little trivet right here. And then we're gonna see what the temperature of the trivet is, and again, what the countertop temperature is. So turning off the heat now, and then taking our pot of boiling water, placing it on the trivet, and we're gonna leave that on the trivet for about 30 seconds, and then we're gonna take the pot off and test the temperature of the trivet. All right, it's been about 30 seconds now. We're gonna take the pot off the trivet, and then we're gonna test the temperature of this trivet. No, so it looks like it's about 105 degrees Fahrenheit, and the range was up to 106 degrees Fahrenheit. Now the countertop temperature is 78 degrees Fahrenheit, and the range is 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Now to conclude, my favorite of these two trivets is definitely the wooden tree-shaped trivets. After our test today, I think we can not only confirm that the modern tree-shaped trivets look nice, but they also keep the heat off of our counters. Now that being said, I have to say that the magnetic wooden trivet is a hot mess. I repeat, it's an absolute hot mess. This magnetic wooden trivet holds up to pretty much none of its claims, I feel. It has a magnetic hold, but it's not as strong as advertised, as we can see from our fridge test where we placed the trivet up against the fridge to see how well it magnetized to the fridge. The magnetism of our pots and pans to the trivet is also a turnoff to me because it proved to be really difficult kind of to pull the trivet off of the pot and pan. And is that really a pro you want for your pots and pans for a trivet you're interested in? I don't think so. That was a turnoff to me. I have not experienced the magnets adhering to any of the pots and pans in such a way where you pull off your pot and pan and the magnets completely come off the trivet itself. However, the Amazon reviews of this happening to other people is really concerning to me and enough to convince me not to get this product. I think that this is absolutely a terrible product. I mean, the whole point of getting a trivet is really to protect your countertops and your pots and pans. What's the point of getting a trivet that somehow suctions itself to your pot and pan and where you have a hard time getting like these strips off your pot and pan? This trivet has the potential to completely ruin your pots and pans and also the product itself. So with that, I want to warn you all, I don't think you should really invest any of your money in this magnetic wooden trivet, but these wooden tree-shaped trivets on the other hand are a great option, I think, and you can definitely consider that. Thank you all so much for joining me for this review, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!